welcome to Mr. Mike's World. Just don't touch anything. So we will be going over pretty much all of Chapter 14 during class. So this is just going to be kind of a brief overview of all of Chapter 14. In China, there was this thing called the Period of Disunion, and it was when China was separated from each other, and there was a time of war and disorder, and this came after the Han Dynasty. Now, during this time, a lot of other people came into China, and the people of China kind of mixed with them, and their cultures were combined. China came back together and was unified under the Sui, Tang, and Song dynasties. So during each of these dynasties, China was reunified. During the Sui dynasty, a man named Yang Jian, the leader of the Sui dynasty, built the Grand Canal, which is a canal that links together northern and southern China, and was built to bring foods from the country into the city, and this was over 2,000 miles long. The Tang dynasty had the only woman to ever rule China, and her name was Empress Wu. The age of Buddhism saw major religious changes in China. Buddhism was very different from Confucianism. Confucianism focused on being ethical, which means just having good behavior, while Buddhism taught that we need to live our lives trying to get rid of suffering. Now, Section 2 talks about the Tang and Song achievements. Under the Song dynasty, the amount of land that they used for agriculture increased. And because of this, it led to more trade, and the population grew. During the Tang and Song dynasties, cities grew, and trade was growing a lot as well. There was a time that China opened its ports on the Pacific Ocean so that traders could come in there, and this made it so China had a very good economy. Now, one important thing that the Chinese traded was porcelain, which is a thin and beautiful type of pottery. The Song dynasty created paper money, which also made it easier to trade. During this time, there was some great art being made and some important inventions as well. Inventions during the Tang dynasty include woodblock printing, which is a form of printing in which an entire page is carved into wood. Gunpowder was also invented, which is a mixture of powders that they put in guns and explosives. And finally, the Tang invented the compass, which uses the Earth's magnetic field to show directions, like north and south. Now, Section 3 is about Confucianism and the government. Confucianism went through a lot of changes, and it had a huge influence on Chinese government. Because Confucianism changed and was different than the way it was before, it was called Neo-Confucianism, which means New Confucianism. Scholar officials ran China's government during the Song dynasty. A scholar official is an educated member of the government. Putting all of the scholar officials together, you had the bureaucracy, which is a body of unelected government officials. They joined the bureaucracy by passing civil service exams, and civil service means service as a government official. Now, Section 4 is talking about the Yuan and Ming dynasties. The Mongol Empire included China, and the Mongols ruled China under the name of the Yuan dynasty. Genghis Khan first took over China for the Mongols. Now, Genghis Khan was not his real name, but he took that name when he took over China. Genghis Khan means universal ruler. Kublai Khan, which is Genghis Khan's grandson, finally took over all of China. There was a man named Zhu Yuanzhang, and he took control of China from the Mongols and started the Ming dynasty. Now, this started a time of great prosperity and wealth in China. There was a city called the Forbidden City, which just really showed how glorious and awesome China had become. One of the things that China did very well was they went on some amazing sea voyages, and the greatest sailor was called Zheng He. Now, under the Ming dynasty, China had a bunch of big changes in its government and relationships with other countries. They entered a period of isolationism. Isolationism is when a country decides to not have any contact with other countries. That is all that we have for Mr. Mike's World today. If you study this video, you will do well on the test. So study hard and good luck.